We're never going to give a win back. It wasn't our best game, I didn't think, but we did enough to pull ahead there. Credit to our guys kind of sticking with it. It got a little frustrating there when we felt like we stranded the bases loaded so many times, left a lot of runners on base, but we also drew 10 walks, and that was kind of going into today. We knew we were facing a really good arm, kid with a plus fastball, and he did a good job of landing his breaking ball early and just had us off balance, it looked like. And it was a really offensive day. 5 solo home runs hit between both teams. But the ability to draw walks and get on base and just do enough offensively to separate there was the difference. I thought we pitched very well. Again, wasn't our best pitching and defensive performance, but we just did enough. We did enough to win, and that was good to see our guys kind of stick with it, not get frustrated, and just keep having quality at bats, keep finding their way on base. So we ended up with 10 hits, 10 walks, a hit by pitch, and ended up with 8 runs, which is a decent amount of runs. But it just felt like one of those games where we could have really blown it open. That's just not the way it worked out. But Tristan Smith settled in. He's got a little rocky there in the first inning, but did a good job of settling in, and he's got a premium fastball and gets a lot of swing and miss on his fastball. And when he, his first, I think 10 or 15 pitches, wasn't throwing very many strikes, but then did a much better job as the outing went along, throwing a lot more strikes. And for a guy like him, he's got the stuff. So when he's in the zone, he's tough to hit. And then Nick Clayton came out and did his thing, and Lucas Malstad did a nice job as well, getting double plays. Jacob Hinderleider played great defense at third base. That backhand short hop pick early in the game saved some runs. Had a 2-run double himself. But all in all, it was just a decent game. Not we didn't play poorly, we didn't play great, but we just did enough to win, and we were able to separate a little bit. So I'd like to see us do a better job with runners on base tomorrow, and give ourselves a chance for more big innings, but we'll certainly take it and look to play our best baseball tomorrow, and should be a good matchup. Again, that's a very good team.
Questions for players?
Jacob, how good did it feel to make your first start here today at Clemson and post your first 2 hits and a couple of ribbies?
Yeah, it felt really good. I'm just really excited to be here and grateful to be a part of this program, and excited to keep going.
I don't know what the crowds were like there at Davidson, but it must have been pretty neat to play in front of a big crowd like this today.
Yeah, it's been awesome. The community here is amazing. It's a little bit different of an atmosphere, but it's definitely awesome to play in front of these fans.
Tristan, what was working well for you on the mound today?
The fastball command first inning was a little rocky, and then I just stuck with it and trusted my guys behind me and know they're going to make some plays for me. So
when the wind's blowing out like it was to left today, I mean, does that impact you at all in your strategy on the mound? I mean, do you try to work the left side of the plate?
We started to at the probably around the second inning, but it was just more trusting myself and trusting my stuff. So.
What are you guys telling each other in the dugout when you're not getting those hits with runners in scoring position? How do you stay in the game?
Yeah, I mean, just keep at it, keep trying to compete as well as you can, and do what you can to contribute for the team, and not let missed opportunities take away from the next ones that you're going to get. And so it's just keeping your foot on the pedal and just keep competing.
Tristan, what was the biggest thing you worked on in the off season to try to take your game to the next level?
It was more of just working my 2 other pitches, my changeup and my slider. So I still have a lot to improve, but just as the season goes on, I'm keep on getting better and keep on working and trusting the guys behind me. So, sure.
Any other questions for the players? All right, thank you, players.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, another shout out to the DKS crowd. Another crowd of 5,000 plus. So it's huge. Getting them engaged and getting them into it. And, you know, just to in sync, that synergy with whatever's on the, you know, on the video board. I think we saw the heat is on for bases loaded like 9 times today. Just could never quite, you know, get that big bases clearing. But the crowd is there, and they help us. It's such a huge help. So really appreciate everybody coming out.
Coach, when Naraki is hitting like he is, I guess you just leave him in the 9-hole, right? Don't mess with it.
He's doing a good job. That was you know, he could have played last year. It would just been one of those, you know, maybe sparingly behind that older infield that we had. So we decided, you know, not to burn a year on limited opportunities, and he had just worked extremely hard every day, just committed to getting better, and whether it's the weight room, nutrition, hydration, cold plunges, researching some new scientific thing to improve his body, and just the daily commitment of just investing the time. I mean, he's the perfect example of hard work pays off. It takes what it takes. There's nothing, you know, he's just one of those dirty hard work, committed to the process. So he went out, had a great summer, was an all-star in the NECBL for Martha's Vineyard, and you know, it's good to see him having success here because he's an incredibly hard worker.
Any update on Gerald?
He just pulled like a almost soreness, so we weren't sure if it was a muscle pull or if it was soreness. So I was thinking it was like a pulled muscle in his back, but it's just a lot of soreness. He and Nolan are like, you know, they're like best buds, 2 peas in a pod, and they probably both work so hard. They kind of border on, hey, you guys need to take it easy a little bit. It's, you know, not lift as many weights and do as many extra things. So I think maybe it's just, you know, just getting a little bit of treatment, getting a little bit of rest, and we just told him, hey, let's not make a 1-day thing turn into a 1-month thing. So just he could have played, but we just decided not to. I guess he'd be in there tomorrow.
So we're talking about Jacob. You coach Jimmy at Michigan. He had the one bad throw to second today, but otherwise, what do you think about the game he caught?
I thought he did fine. I thought he did. You know, he's a good catcher. JJ's a good catcher too. I feel like we have 2 really good catchers that would be, you know, premium guys on anyone's team. So that's a luxury item for us to have 2 guys that you trust, and you know, there's really not any type of a drop off. They both can do it at a very high level. They both can do it at the next level. So it's good to have. And Jimmy was able to easily slide back there, no problem. And yeah, the low throw, I mean, you know, if you're going to miss, you want to miss low. At least give the fielder a chance. But that was on a delayed steal. You know, credit to them for, you know, having the courage to run a delayed steal. It's a tough play to run because it's, you know, a lot has to go right, and you have to catch the defense off guard. And but we were ready for it, and we were at the base. We just missed the throw, or the throw was too low. But yeah, Jimmy, I thought caught a good game, and facing some guys with good stuff, obviously with Tristan and Clayton and Malstad. Those are three really good pitchers whose balls all do different things. So really good job.
Coach, base running was a big part of your offense last season. Where do you think your base running game stands this year compared to last?
I think it'll end up being about the same. They're just doing a really good job of holding. You know, they pick like all the time at first base. They pick all. You know, it's nonstop picks. That's tough. And then at second, they're very quick to the plate. They know we like to steal. Obviously, Riley's over there, so he's, you know, giving away all the trade secrets. But they're just doing a really good job of holding our offense, and we kind of knew that. We knew that all the things maybe we typically do. You know, this is a team that's very well coached, even without Riley there. That's a very well coached team, and they do a good job of holding the run game. And they've got a catcher who can really throw. He's tried to backpick a few times now on the bases, so he's a gunslinger back there. Their pitchers are all quick to the plate. And that's what I mean by having a balanced offense. You know, you just have to be able to be a run-scoring offense that can score in multiple ways. So we may not be able to steal bases against Xavier, but that doesn't mean we won't use it against somebody else. So we've been swinging the bats pretty well, shown the power that we have, but we've got to also execute with runners in scoring position. Again, no matter who we play, that's just got to be a staple.
It's nice to be able to steal a run on a pick, though, at least.
We'll take it.
Coach, Nick Clayton, gave up the 2 homers, but otherwise pitched pretty well. What do you think he's done in the offseason to kind of take that next step? He had a great season out of the pen last year.
Yeah, well, he's built up. So he's built up to go 3 innings like he did today. That did not stress him. He's and he was able to do that last year too, but maybe not hovering around 88, 90 miles an hour like he was. So he's added some strength, some velo. He's got the durability, so he can do that. He can be a long inning type, or he can go multiple innings in the game and do a little more long relief than short relief. He's one of those guys who can go in the game in the 6th and finish it. But I thought he did a really good job. If the wind was blowing yesterday or today like it was yesterday, maybe he gives up no home runs. And then maybe we don't hit them either. But it was just an offensive day, but I didn't think they were bad pitches. I thought the hitters did a good job working underneath the ball.
Anything else for Coach?